Good evening, everyone. My name is Alessandro out of El Paso, Texas, and I want to invite you to our new Lincoln on Leadership study that we're going to be doing via video here. Encourage you all to purchase the book, read along, leave comments on the video blog if you'd like, or just listen. And basically, what I'll be doing is just giving a little summary of what I read and a little life application, and hopefully that helps. I know it helps me to regurgitate a lot of what I've learned and helps me apply it to my life. And so I thought I'd just go ahead and record it on video, and if it helps other people, great. We're going to dive right into the book. It's super exciting. I'm really excited about reading this book. Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States, the great president that ushered in the 13th Amendment, was the author of the Emancipation Proclamation. Just an amazing man. I'd probably have to say, hands down, the best president the United States has ever seen. Several things I would have to say regarding Abraham Lincoln. His childhood was nothing that one would look at and be, oh wow, yeah, that was just normal, or that was average, or that was very fortunate. He, in fact, was not very fortunate. Mother passed away at the age of 9. His father remarried. A lady had 3 kids, 3 children already. Ended up having more siblings after that. Lived in a small log cabin with 7 other people. Made fun of his whole life growing up. He was a tall, lanky. Nothing about the man regarding his looks would impress anyone. Endured a lot of hardship. Grew up to be a lawyer in Illinois. After growing up being an attorney and running for presidency, James Buchanan was the 15th president. At the time that Buchanan was leaving the office, there was already 7 states that have seceded from the Union to form their own Confederate states. At that time, Jefferson Davis was sworn in as the president for the Confederate States. President James Buchanan, pretty much gave up towards the tail end of his term in office, even proclaiming that he was going to be the last president of the United States. So here's a man, James Buchanan. I don't know that much about him, probably because he was not the leader that most people would expect. It sounds like, from what I hear, he gave up at the end. Really didn't have a passion for solving problems. And I think that's what leadership really is defined as. Leadership can be defined as, you want to be a leader, solve a problem. And so with that being said, Lincoln, taking the office of presidency, 7 states have already left the Union. Several others were on their way out. Divided nation, divided people. Congress was just a mess. The government was just a mess because no one was taking action. They had no leadership. And here's a man that gets elected into office and nobody really even thinks he can do anything at this point. And so, talking about tough times, talking about the weight of an entire nation resting on your shoulders is really incredible. And here's a man that walks into office with an idea, with a vision that he can put this all back together. Congress took no action against these Confederate states, against these rebels, as they called them, that were coming up with their own ways of doing things. They just didn't agree with the way the United States was being run, and had a lot to do with the slavery. And there were some that wanted to see slavery, and there were some that did not. Very divided country. When President Lincoln took the office, he was dealing with an army of about 16,000 soldiers. That was the United States Army. very disorganized, very torn apart, no leadership whatsoever. And he was forced with two major issues right when he took office. The first issue was to keep the nation together. And in order to do this, he had to win the respect of many people. He did walk into office not demanding anything. He knew that he was going to have to earn the respect and the trust of his staff and the people that worked closely with him. The only people he really had on his side were the people that believed in him, that voted for him. The other issue was organizing a more effective government that could prepare for an impending civil war. Now, civil war in itself is a crazy thing to have to think that, I mean, a country divided, fighting, I mean, hundreds and thousands of Americans died in the Civil War. It was a horrible time. And at this point, here you have a president that had to stand and had to take a stand and try to put this country back together. And so I'm excited about the book. I hope we all enjoy it. I know I'm going to enjoy it. Once again, Lincoln on Leadership. Grab the book. Join me in exploring the life lessons and the leadership strategies of Abraham Lincoln. A little life application that we can take home with us tonight. You know, things are tough for a lot of people, and I think as we begin to look at our own lives and look at the struggles that we face, that we can look back at other people like Abraham Lincoln and see what kind of pressure this man was faced with, having to rule and govern over an entire country. Some of us just get mad and upset because our coffee isn't made the right way at Starbucks, or somebody cut us off in traffic. And you know, those maybe all do matter, but I don't think they really matter as much if you put things into perspective. And so with that being said, I'm going to sign out for tonight, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you.